Our guest today evening is Nishant Nagesh. He has been fascinated by technology from his childhood, has worked with companies in the IT field for over 20 years. Currently, he is working with a digital media agency and manage all technology for them. Sir, I know it very well that you're fascinated towards technology right from your childhood because we both are schoolmates. And kids, I would definitely like to tell you all that in 90s uh, decade, that time there was not many computers in the school. We were just having one computer in our school, and our sir used to teach, and the next day Nishant used to be the first child who used to teach us in more advanced way than our teacher. So really I am impressed with Nishant sir's session is yours today.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Are you all enjoying the session, the camp? Put your hands up if you all are enjoying it. That's nice. Nice to know that. Okay. First things first, is everybody washing their hands properly? Are you all doing this? Everybody is doing this properly. So you all have to let me know, like put your hands up if you all are washing your hands properly on time, a lot of times. Also, are you all sanitizing whenever you all touch anything or anything like that? So it's very important for all of you all to do this. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now, today, what we're going to talk about is basically technology. What is technology? We are basically using technology everywhere right now, like right from our mobile phones that you all are exposed to right now, to laptops. So technology is all around us right now. So it is something that that we basically are seeing. I'm just moving to gallery view. Yeah. So we are basically involved with technology everywhere right now. Okay. So
Volume, sir. Nishant sir, you have mute yourself. No, not unmute. I'll unmute you. Just a minute, sir. Yes.
yeah, can you all hear me now again? Okay. So there is technology basically all around us. Everywhere we go, whatever we do, there is something or the other that is with some or the other form of technology. It is always around us at any given point of time.
Again, you have muted yourself, sir. Just a minute. Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I think the space bar, whenever I press it, it gets
Yes,
muted.
it's going to the mute.
Yeah. So right now everybody is doing classes online, right? Everybody is at home taking their classes online. So that is
Yes.
one thing that all of us are doing right now. All of us are sitting at home, taking our doing all our sessions on Zoom or some other form right now. The other thing that we do is, like, we spend a lot of time on the phone. We are basically just fidgeting around, doing nothing productive. We're just fidgeting around. A lot of us also play a lot of games online. So this is another thing that all of us are doing. We are basically surrounded by technology, and yes, we also use it to talk to all our friends. Like now in the Zoom session, or even offline, all of you all are meeting together, and you all get to communicate with each other. You all say hi, meet everybody. So that is another thing that all of you all are doing using this technology. Another thing which I know all of you all are really interested in is Doraemon, right? So a lot of you all see animations, you all see Doraemon on screen, and another favorite of yours is obviously Chota Bheem. So you're using technology right now with your phone, with your laptop, with all the technology that you have around you right now. You are exposed to all kinds of information that is there on the internet, right from playing games to basically talking to people, to chatting with people, taking your classes online. Everything is happening on technology nowadays. So like with this big thing that is happening, like what is this technology that y'all are really exposed to? Like for me also, as a kid, I was always very curious as to how all of this works. I always would wonder, okay, how does this internet thing work? How is it that we get to see information on our phone, or how does it come to our phone? So how many of you all know how internet works? Can you all put your hands up if anybody knows how the internet works? Okay. So to start off, it's very simple. We basically make a request. You use your phone, you basically go and press something on that, and you are basically seeing what is happening on the screen. So what happens actually is whenever you make when you press a button on your phone or on your laptop, it basically sends out a wireless signal. It basically sends a signal to something like this that you would have seen at home. It's called a router. So this is something that is there in most of your houses. So what happens is your phone, if goes and connects to the router, that router basically goes to the internet. Basically, it goes to some server, gets some information that is there, whatever you're asking for. It sends that thing back to your router, and finally, you're able to see whatever is happening on screen. So this is how the internet works in a very simple manner. You're making a request, which basically is happening. Yeah, you make a request, which on your phone, here's the phone, it goes to your router, goes to the servers, comes back to your router, and then you basically get to see it. So in a very simple manner, this is how the internet basically works. So now the next question is, yes, all this works. What do we do, or what is the best way to use the internet? So there are a few things that you as kids can always do. One is your arts and crafts, drawing, painting, making images on your phone or on your iPad or on your laptop. Art is something that all of you all can do. All of you all are interested in art, so you all, that is one thing that you can definitely work on. That is something that you should do. The other thing which I'm also very interested in is music. Playing music on my laptop or on my computer is something that I enjoy the most. I spend a lot of time doing it. So having music around you is also another very important thing. This is another item that all of you all can work on. Next thing is photography. All your phones have cameras on it. So you can do very simple things. Like say, for instance, I have a Yoda out here. Okay. I'm going to take a picture. So I'm just going to open my camera, go close to the Yoda, and take a picture. And it's very simple. Things like this, I'm just going to hold it out here. There is a picture I just took. It's a very simple thing. It's something that you can all be interested in. Taking small things, making animations out of them, like, or shooting a small video. Keep your phone somewhere close to you and move maybe your toy, your car, or anything around, and you'll be able to do a lot of photography using something like this. For music, there are many applications. What I will do is I will give a list to Sonali ma'am after the talk, where she'll be able to explain. Yes, you're showing me one of your toys on screen. So yes, exactly. You can take small things like that, bring it close to the camera, take pictures, and then develop this particular habit of doing this. It's a nice, very simple, very nice thing to do, where you take any small thing. Like I can just take my keyboard, for instance. Like I'll just take my camera next to my keyboard, take a very simple picture, and you'll be able to see. Yeah. So this is just a simple picture of my keyboard. I didn't do anything special. I just took my camera next to my keyboard and took a picture. And you can see, like, you can do things like this at home using technology. One of the most important things is that you should be able to use this productively. Anything that you use, try to use it to better your skills and do something better with it. Of course, there's another thing that all of us like to do: listen to music and dance. So that is another thing that you all can do. So it's basically because all of us are sitting at home, we are not doing much, we don't get enough exercise. Of course, the camp is helping right now because you all are doing exercise. But then these are small things that you can put together and do more activities. Okay. Now, some things that you should not do on the internet. That is one thing that is very important. That whenever nowadays, because we are exposed so much, we have our laptop, we have our phone, everything around us. We are doing so much right now with the internet. There are a few things that you should always take care of. It is one of the things is that if you talk to somebody, don't be rude to anybody. Be polite. If anybody is talking, even if they say something bad to you, always be polite to them. Don't be an angry bird. Don't be somebody who's always very angry and trying to do something like that. Another thing is, when you're playing games, limit your time when you're playing games. Games are good. Games are very good for entertainment. They're very good for learning things, but also it can be something that if you spend a lot of time on it, then it is something that is not productive. So if you're playing games, the best kind of games are puzzles, because puzzles help your mind. They help you evaluate things, like doing mathematics on your phone, trying to solve riddles. These are things that you should do. And if you're doing it on the laptop, then or on your phone, then those are the some of the things that you should do. If you're talking to somebody online, always be polite. That is one of the most important things. Another thing, what you all can do. There are a few things that you all can do. One is restrict your time. So, I know it is very difficult now when you're all locked up at home, when everybody is at home, you're not allowed to go out because of COVID, the things that are going on right now. So one of the things that you all can do is you should also stay away from technology from time to time. Phones are very relevant. Phone is very close to me. I spend a lot of time on the phone, but then there are times when you should not touch the phone at all. All of you all should stay away from it. Not spend a lot of time on it. Limit your time. It's not good for the eyes. It's not good for your back. I know that because I've spent so much time, and now I am facing issues because of that. But all of you all should limit your time. Even if you're seeing Nobita, or if you're seeing Doraemon, or anybody, or anything that you all are seeing, TikTok videos, all the things that you all are spending time on right now, you all should limit that time. Ask your parents, okay, what is the best amount of time I should use for this, and spend only a limited amount of time. Don't spend a lot of time on the laptop or on the phone. Play games, do some tricks. If you want, YouTube has a lot of videos where you can go and search how to create and make an aeroplane. Or even, I think Sonali ma'am here in the course is also teaching you all how to use arts and crafts, how to do painting. Spend a lot of time on that. The laptop and the computer and the mobile is always going to be there. It's not going to go anywhere, and the internet is always going to be there. So spend a lot of time trying to figure out what you should do. And as I said before, there's one very important thing that you should do is always be kind on the internet. The internet is a place where you will meet people you don't know, but they're also people. So you have to be very careful. Like even if you're speaking to your friends, or if you're doing a voice chat, or if you're on a group call, or if you're on a WhatsApp call with your grandparents, with your parents, with your uncles, with your aunties right now, always be kind and always wish them to have a good day. Now, technology is something that basically runs around all of us everywhere. Okay, me as a kid, if I want to explain how I was and how I started with using computers and learning, was always that I was always curious. I was always had this question: how does this thing work? So that is very important. You should know how something works, and once you know how something works, it basically helps you create another question. So always ask a question. Like even if you go on the internet and ask a question: how does this work? How does a car work? How does a boat work? How does something work? So that is very important. Second thing is, these devices that are there in your hand, you need to take care of them. You have to be very careful with these devices as well. So we always think that, it's a toy. It's actually not a toy. It's much more than a toy. It's a tool. It's a tool that you can use effectively that you this particular device. So kids, I think one of the most important things is that whatever you all do, everything that you do online or everything that you do with a phone or with a laptop is something that is always out there. And always remember that somebody else is also there on the other side. So your homework, getting your homework done, getting your classes online, learning something, all this is very important. Okay. I was a very naughty child as a kid. Everybody knows that. Sonali ma'am is laughing over there because, but that is not a bad thing. It was good for me because I got to learn so much. And my naughtiness was not always towards doing something bad, like go and break something or something like that. It was always to go and find out what it is or how something works. So even if I had a toy or if I broke it, my mother always said that I broke the toys, but I was not breaking the toys. I was opening it to see how it works. And that is what you can do with the internet also right now. You go to YouTube and you just ask a simple question. How does air work? How do planes fly? These are questions that you should ask on the internet. And when you get those answers, is when you will actually get to learn a lot more. And you're doing it with the device that you like the most, right? You have a computer, you have a phone with you have an iPad with you're anyways playing games all day. Ask every day, make sure that you go on your phone and ask one question on YouTube. Okay, it could be very simple. How are chocolates made? It can be as simple as that. Aren't you curious? Like, put your hands up if you all want to know how chocolates are made. Put your hands up if you all are curious about how chocolates are made. Yes, the thing is, you can go on the internet and you can ask this question. So it is very important for you to start asking questions. Ask a question as to how is chocolate made. You can go on YouTube and you'll get to know how chocolate is made. How is music made? You go to how do you play a guitar? How do you play the drums? How do you play the flute? You can ask all these questions. And if you ask one question every day, you will learn one new thing every day. Okay. So it is very important for you to ask a question every day. You can ask more, but ask one. Start with one and you can do a lot with that. So technology, as I said, is something that can be fun, can go here, can go there. It is something that is all over the place at times. But if you ask a simple question, at the end of the day, you'll be as happy as this panda out here. So the next thing I want to do is basically, Sonali, if there are any questions, like from anybody, I would like to answer them.
Yes, definitely, Nishant sir. Anyone would like to ask questions? Ask. Yes, sir. We have opened the chat box. We'll just check it out.
So if you all have any questions, you all want to ask me anything, you can just type it in the chat and ask me. Let's spend next 5-10 minutes doing that. No questions. Come on, you all should be curious about something. How are these cartoons coming on screen? Okay, so I am okay. It's a software only that I'm using for this. So it's connected to Zoom, and I'll just show you my setup out here, what it looks like. So basically, I have my main laptop out here. This is what you all are on, and this is my laptop on which your animations are going on. So this green that is there becomes transparent, and you are able to see me based on that. So that is how the animations are coming on the screen.
My son was also having the same question, Nishant sir, that how you all manage that animations. So you have given the answer. Can you name the software?
So this is actually a software that you use for broadcasting. It is, if you want to go online, I do podcast. So it's mainly for Zoom calls, like how we are doing it right now, just that I can add effects on it. So it's a very simple software called OBS that I use that. Wait, I'm just going through the questions. Let me just, okay. I want to ask you how planes work. I want you to go and ask YouTube this question. Okay. Because I want you to ask this question to YouTube. And once you are, if you get that answer, see, YouTube is going to give you 10,000 answers. Okay. So be curious, like how you asked me right now, just search, put that same question on your YouTube search and enter, and you will know how, you will get an idea of how planes work. How to play guitar? Same thing. You have to ask, okay, I want to tell you all something. I am learning how to play the guitar. Okay. I've been learning how to play the guitar. My guitar is right here. And I've been for the last, since the lockdown started, I wanted to learn something new. It's so the learning never stops. I'm 40 years old right now, and I'm still learning. So every day is something that you learn, you can learn something new. So yes, I am learning the guitar by seeing YouTube videos itself. And I'm okay right now. I play the bass guitar, which is slightly different, but I'm learning guitar again by searching on the YouTube. And my first question was the same thing: how to play guitar. That is what I put on my YouTube search. And yes, now it's been about a year I'm learning, and I can play a little bit of it. Yes, you can make a rocket as well. Actually, I was very interested in rocketry. Let me just show you something. Just hold on. So for the person who asked me how to make the rocket, okay, this was also a question I went online on YouTube and I asked. And yes, there are simple things that you do, the rockets that you play in Diwali and things like that. And then there is something like this. So this is a design of a rocket nozzle. This is where the gas comes out from, and this is where the pipe goes of the rocket, and it basically flies like this. And I've been building this. I've been working on building a rocket of my own. And again, same thing I did. I've been asking questions on YouTube and trying to learn how a rocket is works. How does it fly? And it can start very simple. There are examples of how a rocket works with simple water bottle and putting soda in the bottle, shaking it, opening the cap, and letting it go. So there are very simple things. You all can look at that. But yes, whenever you all do something like this, make sure your parents are around. Don't do it alone, because you don't want them to say anything later to you. Okay, so how are games made? Games also are done in a very simple manner. One thing that it's basically programming. So what you need to learn as a kid, if you want to write games or if you want to understand how things work, everything is interconnected. What you learn as you all are very young right now, but in science there is physics, where basically if an item is flying and if somebody hits it and then it will go on the other side, this is all basically just physics. This you will learn in science as you all grow up, or you all must have learned. There are Newton laws and things like that. Now, one thing as a kid, which is very important for you to do, is to understand something called logic. That if this item is in my hand, then it is here. If it is in this hand, it is here. That is nothing but logic. If I have two items here and nothing here, this is more than this, or this is lesser than this. So how games work and how they're written are with the same logic. Like if a ball is here, and if I have a plane out here, did it hit this? If it hit this, then what should the ball do? So these are questions. It is basically one after the other, where a question and an answer is put together. So the question is, where is this item, and where it is now, what did it do, what did it do next? And you basically just write this, and it's all written in code. And that is how games are basically written. It's very simple. And if it goes, like, say for instance, there is a goal. If the ball goes into the goal, it is 1 point. So it starts from very basic things. It starts from lesser, greater, equal to. Is something lesser than something? Is something more than something? Or is something equal to something? Those are the three questions you will ask yourself. And once you start answering that, you will be able to write games soon. I'm just going through more questions. So apps also, how do apps work is very simple. It's again, it is done in that same way. How apps work is that there is to put it in a very simple manner, it is again a question answer session that you're doing. An app is nothing but a device on which you can ask it a question. You will ask it, connect to my Zoom call. You're saying connect to my Zoom call. You're giving it a command, and the command is executed. It goes, like I showed you, it goes to the internet and it comes back and it gives you an answer. So apps also work in a very similar manner. Today, it is much simpler to write an app. So if I want to create an app, it is much easier for me to create an app right now, because there are tools that allow you to do that. I will send a link to list to Sonali ma'am, so that you all can, she can share it with you all in terms of how apps work, how Zoom works, how planes fly, some good resources for music, some good resources for learning how to draw, some good resources for photography. So I'll send a list, which is basically some good puzzle games. So I'll send a list to Sonali ma'am, and she'll share it to you with you all, and then you all can have a look at that and see how it works. Okay, 176 messages. How is light coming out from keyboard? Because I have a lit keyboard. It's a keyboard with a backlight on. It's a little fancy. 1 second. Yes, games. How are games made from programming? Yes, games are made from programming. I think in another, y'all are around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, right now. Yeah, I think you just need to wait for a couple of years, and you will be able to start learning how to write. I started writing code when I was almost your age. So when I was 7, 8 years old, I started programming. So it is never late to do that. But again, everything starts with a question: how do I write a program? Or how can kids write a program? So that is something that you need to ask, and you'll be able to do that. YouTube is a good place. YouTube, you can spend a lot of time. You can waste a lot of time, but you can also spend a lot of time asking good questions there. How I got to know about technology. My father was into technology. So I grew up with a lot of technology around me all the time. And he did encourage me to learn. And I was also always curious to learn as to how something works, how games work. How games work was something that I used to play a lot of games as a kid. But that one question was always there: okay, if I want to make my own game, how do I do it? So those were questions I always asked. And I was lucky that I had teachers around me who helped me learn that, who helped me develop this skill. So it was always a good thing to do. Sir, how do apps work? Okay, how do apps work is a very thing. So I think maybe we can have another session on how apps work.
Yes, definitely.
1 second. I'm just scrolling through all your. I'm a plane expert. Make design of plane. Nice. Who's that? Samardev. That's a nice this thing that you like to make planes and make them aerodynamic. So that is really nice. You should do more. I started with making planes. It was always fun. And the main thing I would do is try to see how far it goes. I would try to see if I can make the plane turn. So your aerodynamic things that you're talking about, you want to make a plane go all the way around and come back to you. How can you do that? That's a question you need to ask. And once you understand how that works, you will learn more about aerodynamics as well. I'm not good at the guitar, so I'm not going to play it. You all will all run away. So
Sir is still learning.
I'm still learning. So I only can do ting, 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 and that's about it. I learned to play the tabla when I was a kid. So Preeti, yes, I could play the tabla, but again, with music, you need to keep practicing. I learned it when I was in school, and then I didn't practice, so now I can't play it. But yes, I know how to play the tabla as well. 1 second. I'm learning states capital. I have learned now. Good job. Good job on learning the states capital. Anaga. Okay, I still have 180 questions. How are posts feed on social media? So yes, social media is something that you all have to be very careful with. Social media can be something that allows you to talk to people. It allows you to express your info to people, express your views, but it is also something where people are also going to read it. So always, as I said, be very kind on social media. Don't write something that will hurt anybody on social media. It's very important because it is always going to be there. And how posts work on social media. Posts work on social media in a very similar way to what I just showed you all before. Let me go back to that animation. Yes. So you make a post, which basically is happening out here. You type something and it goes to your router, goes to the internet, and basically then comes onto your laptop. Now, when this is happening, you have 10 other people also seeing it. So just to show you how that would work is basically this person is one person. There'll be a lot of people who can see it at the same time. So you'll have a lot of people seeing that same post at the same time on screen. So instead of one person seeing it, you'll have a lot of people seeing it. So social media basically works with you typing something, sending it across, and a lot of people being able to see it. How are gaming PCs made? Gaming PCs are same as normal PCs. It's just that they are faster. They have more memory. Like what I'm using right now is a gaming PC. It's just that it is faster. So it's made like a normal screen, but it's just that it's faster. That's all. Okay. How does a laptop work? The laptop works exactly like your computer. There's no difference in how a laptop works from a computer. If you know you have power, instead of using a power, you're putting battery on the laptop. So it's pretty much the same. There's no difference there. It's just that everything is compacted and put together over here. Yes, online apps work through database. A database is somewhere where all your data is stored. It's like a filing cabinet, or it's like your bag, which you take to school. You put your books in your bag. Your books are your items, and your bag becomes your database, where you're basically storing everything in one place. So that becomes your database, to be very simple about it. So whenever you remove your book and you read, it is you reading from a database. So that is how an app also works. It's as simple as that. It works exactly like everything else. So yeah, most of them are similar. Everybody wants me to play the guitar. I'm not going to do that. When do you like technology? From when do you like technology? Technology for me was when I was 6 years old. Yes, from that time. So I've been hooked on to technology since I was 6 years old, and I've never left it. I've always been around technology. I've always worked on something or the other towards technology, and it has always been there for me. And I love doing it. So another very important thing is for all you kids is find something that you like doing and stick to it, because if you get a job doing that, nothing like it. There are always days when you like it, when you don't like it, but at the end of the day, you should feel happy about doing it. So yes, Sonali. So is there anything? I hope this was fine.
You have done it very nicely. One more thing I would like to share, kids. Yesterday, I came to know at night 11 o'clock that Nishant sir is not well. And when he came to know that my session is there tomorrow, and I was a bit surprised that how he managed all these things. When I told him in the morning at 11 o'clock around that there is no other arrangement, you have to give the session. So I'm very thankful to you, Nishan, that you managed this all for the kids and wonderfully presentation. I am the fan, but all my kids are also fan of yours now. Isn't it? Yes, everyone show your thumb and clap for Nishan, sir. Excellent, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Proud of you, Nishan. Sir, you have done a lot in this. And we know that we have learned technology from you. You are the first person who taught me how to use the computer.
So great.
Yes.
I think kids enjoy your session, have a good time. And yeah, keep asking questions. That's very important. Okay. Okay. I'll see you guys then.
And more important thing is, sir have given you instructions that you have to spend limited time.
Yes.
Ask your parents and spend that much time on your computer, laptop, whatever you're going to use it, isn't it? Okay. Wonderful thought, Nishan, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. And we really are honored that you had a session in our class for our kids. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. My pleasure. Okay.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Nishan.
Bye, bye, kids. I'll
Bye.
see you
Bye.
guys later. Enjoy the rest of the session.